Hi and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm going to create this spring and summer base and very waterproof and sweat proof. So I used the new All-Nighter face primer and also the new Stay Naked the Fix foundation powder and the Stay Naked foundation. And I'm also showing you a really good tip how to use the new foundation to do faux freckles. So if you want to see how I created this fresh base, then keep on watching. So I'm going to start off by applying my All-Nighter face primer, which comes in a tube and has a pump. It's super travel friendly and it's vegan. So I'm just going to take this amount and apply it on my face. And moving on to foundation, I'm going to use this Stay Naked foundation in 50 Warm Yellow. I'm just applying some on the back of my hand. I usually apply 2 pumps for the whole face. I would say that this foundation is a medium to full coverage because you can build it up, you can build it in thin layers, and usually what I do if I have a pimple, I'll just add another layer of foundation instead of concealer. And the best thing for me with this foundation is that it's vegan and it's waterproof and it will last up to 24 hours on your face. So moving on to concealer, I'm going to use the Stay Naked concealer in the shade 50 Neutral Neutral. So you might think, why is she using a neutral concealer when she has a warm foundation? And I will tell you why. Because I have dark circles and my dark circles tend to go a little bit more on the purple side. So having that little bit of a neutral and more pink undertone, it will cancel out the purpleness. So to just lock this base in place and give it a little bit more coverage, I'm going to use the new Stay Naked the Fix foundation powder. I'm going to use the same shade as my foundation. So with this powder foundation you get a sponge beneath the powder, which is charcoal infused, and it works very good at neutralizing bacteria as well as mattifying throughout the day. But because I want a sheer application, I'm going to use a large powder brush to just apply it to set the makeup. And this has a medium coverage, which you can easily build up with the sponge for a more full coverage. This new powder foundation can be used in different ways. I'm going to show you 4 different ways. So for example, I just put it to lock in my foundation and I used the same shade as my foundation. But now I will use it to brighten under my eyes and set my concealer and also further color correcting. So I will use the shade 30 Cool Pink, and it looks like this, and it has a really nice pink undertone, which is really nice to use under your eyes to make it even more brighten. And I will take a fluffy brush to just apply the right amount under my eyes. So before locking in my concealer, I'm just going to take my concealer brush and just make sure that I don't have any concealer left over in my fine lines. So can you see the difference? And here we have another way to use the Stay Naked the Fix foundation powder. I've chosen to use the shade 80 Neutral Neutral, and I will use this as a contour and a bronzer. So I will show you the shade. It looks very dark and very warm, but when you apply it on the skin, the neutral tones will come through. So because it's very pigmented, I'm just going to dust off the excess. So be very careful. So now moving on to blush, I'm going to use the Stay Naked Threesome in the shade Rise, which looks like this. It has a bronzer, a highlighter, and a peachy blush. So because I've already contoured and bronzed my face with the Stay Naked the Fix powder foundation, I'm just going to use the highlighter and the blush in this Stay Naked Threesome. So I'm going to show you the 4th way I like to use my Stay Naked the Fix foundation powder. So this is a really nice hack that I just tried out the other week. So I'm going to use the same shade that I use for my contour. So the 80 Neutral Neutral. I'm just going to pick up a small eyeliner brush and I'm going to dip into the foundation. And I'm going to use this to make faux freckles. So I'm done with my faux freckles, and I used a thicker eyeliner brush to do the bigger dots first, and then I switched it up to a smaller eyeliner brush and I wet it with all-nighter setting spray and just created a smaller dots so that I get a nice variation of the sizes on the freckles. So I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see the freckles up close. So to just finish off this look, I'm just going to apply a lip, and I'm going to use the 24/7 Glide On pencil in the shade Manic. And these lip pencils are waterproof, so they are creamy and long lasting. And then I'm just going to take my ring finger and just smudge the whole lip liner. And then to make it a little bit more glossy, I'm going to use the Hi-Fi Shine Lip Gloss in Obsession. So there you have it, the finished look, my full Urban Decay base, and with some faux freckles, which are really fun for spring and summer to just make you feel that sun-kissed, beachy vibe.